Yeah, like walk me through that. Like, how was it like when you were there and then all this happened?
So it happened like really fast, kind of. We, just like I'm sure you guys were here, you hear about it in China and everything, and like we heard it about it in some other European places, but I mean, we were still playing as normal, and then all of a sudden our leagues were going to a no fans. But we didn't even actually get to our next game that was no fans. Like we had just played our cup tournament
Okay.
and we had a game a week later. So that was made to be no fans, and then like 2 days before that they canceled the game. But it was still kind of in limbo. And then everything just kind of starting to happen really fast. Like
Yeah.
Trump made his travel ban that a bunch of people were freaking out because they thought like,
Yeah.
people couldn't get home, which we could. And then our league, like a bunch of leagues around us were canceling, and our league was kind of taking a minute, but we knew it was probably going to be canceled. So we kind of just had to sit around and wait for it to get canceled.
Yeah.
It was nerve wracking at the time. Like looking back, it's fine. There's like still flights and everything, but at the time, just because like every surrounding country, like all the borders were closing, so just all the borders of countries were closing, and a lot of flights were being canceled. Our team, we had to wait to meet with our team. They like canceled, and then you're trying to like communicate with your agent to get home,
Yeah.
get your flight set up, and we got flights, and then they got canceled. So we were just like pretty nervous about just getting home and stuff. But there was like rumor that our airport in Hungary was going to close down, so it never ended up closing down. So it ended up all being fine. Like we got home, and it was like a really long travel day.
Mm.
Just because there's like more layovers. There's so many less flights. They're trying to like, I guess, put everyone on like the same flight. So
Right.
it was a really long travel day, but overall it was fine. I actually like coming home a little bit after that travel ban rush was like, there was like no one in the airports, or flight wasn't full. So yeah.
Dang. So like, how's it been since you've been home? Like, is it killing you, or are you just like, are you a homebody type? Like,
No, I'm not a homebody. So I did my little 2-week quarantine with a friend actually, because when you come back from Europe, you're supposed to like on your own kind of do. So I was with her. Then I came home to my family. And it's obviously good to see family. Like I hadn't seen my parents or sisters or anyone in 8 months.
yeah,
So it was good, but I'm definitely not a homebody, so it's hard. I'm
yeah,
not a home workout person either, so
yeah,
doing the weights, trying to like shoot outside. I do have a court outside, but
yeah,
I'm not an outside hoops person. I'm not not an
yeah,
outside. It's not for me, and it's not the same at all as inside. But I mean, I guess I'm lucky to have at least that. But you can't go anywhere. Like being away for 8 months. Like I know everyone's on lockdown, but like we've
yeah.
been gone for so long. You just want to come home and see people and like do things, and like just come home to kind of do what you were doing overseas, is just be
Right,
by yourself. Anyways,
right. Oh, that's
so
interesting.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's not fun. But I know everyone's in the same boat, so
yeah.
yeah.
So like, I mean, hopefully this ends soon, but I don't know the way it's looking right now. So like, what? I don't know. I'm trying to stay positive, but what are your thoughts? Like,
Yeah.
I guess for the future or after this when this is all over.
It's kind of a lot of thoughts. It's like you said, trying to stay positive, just doing what you can. I don't think like overseas will be done forever, but at the same time, like I know for a fact it'll be some, complications of money, of teams. A lot of teams are probably going to fold, for sure.
Mhm.
The money is going to be down next season for sure. So that's just, right there is like, you're worried about jobs, you're worried about your money.
Yeah.
A lot of us didn't even get paid our last paychecks overseas, because as soon as your team cancel, or as soon as the league cancels, they don't have to pay you. So it was only based on their good faith if they pay you the rest of your salary or not. But I mean, majority of teams aren't paying, at least in the women's league that I know. So yeah, it's kind of like unknown. Like we don't know when this like whole pandemic's gonna be over. So you would think by like August, September, it would be, but like you just don't know. Like I'm in contact with my agent, they don't know, like they're in contact with everyone. Everyone's just, it's like a waiting game.
Yeah.
So it's like there are a few teams that I know like offering some people, like there's a couple of French teams, their money's a little different. It's like very government based. So like I guess that's a little promising for some good things, but yeah, it's just a lot of unknown. It's a little nerve wracking. You don't really know. So I'm kind of just in the waiting game. You can't even, it's hard because we come home to like, we can't even do anything here in the States really. It's not like job wise or money wise. So we're just kind of like in limbo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super tough for athletes. Like, it's crazy. I don't think people realize that. I mean, it's tough for everybody for real right now, but
yeah,
y'all literally kind of like stripped like from what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's your job, so I get it. But like, so I know like you're pretty humble. You know what I'm saying? But I know you like a superstar. So like, how's your career? Like, you know, I know this kind of like happened out of anywhere, like came out of nowhere. But you know, how's your career going? I know you went to JMU and stuff like that. So yeah.
I mean, it's going good. This was my first season back actually after an ACL injury. So I had been out for a while, and that whole process was tough. So just to be back this past season and playing, I was on one of my former teams. So just kind of getting back in the swing of things. It was a little up and down at first, but I felt good. I made it through the whole season, which I'm just like overall the most thankful for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely excited to, you know, I was at a good level before the ACL tear, so that kind of like brought me down a little, but I feel like, you know, I'm just getting back and I had a good season. So I'm super excited for the next season. It's unfortunate that this is like happening. But like I said, all I can do is wait and kind of see what happens. So
yeah,
just hoping for the best, really.
Right. That's what's up. So like, what advice would you give, you know, like a younger player that wants to be in your shoes? You know, what advice would you give them coming up?
You really got to put in the work, especially, you know, just how if they want to continue after college, be successful in college, and then after college, even from high school to college, it's the same story. You're going to be with a pool of people that's just like you, probably just as good, if not better. So like, I think what really separates people is how much work they continue to put in, on top of their team practices, on top of their teamwork, like outside work, extra practice, just doing a lot. So that's my biggest advice. I always did that. I wouldn't say I'm the most athletic or, you know, person in the world or had the most talent, but I think I always put in like the most work I possibly could, extra work. So I think that really separates players as you continue to rise each level.
Dope. All right, I think those are all my questions. And like, unless like you have any more, you know, thoughts, anything else you want to say about, you know, this moment, what's going on right now?
Just in this moment, I mean, it's like easy to be worried or like have anxiety. I mean, we've all felt it, as an athlete, to be nervous about the next step, like what's going to happen. Are we going to, like, no one knows. So I think the only thing you can do is to be as positive as possible, like kind of dig deep in your faith, and just keep working to the best that you can. Find a court somewhere outside or do your outside home workouts, even though they suck. You just got to find that motivation and keep going, because when everything does resume, you're going to see like kind of who was doing what during this time. So just trying to stay positive and push through it.
Yeah, that's what's up. Well, I appreciate you, you know, taking the time out, coming on this call.
Well, no problem.
Yeah, definitely. And
I think it's very cool what you're doing. So
you said what?
I said I think it's very cool what you're doing. So
I appreciate it.